Hey everybody, Cynthia here. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful weekend. I am currently making, as you can see, there's a ton of rosettes back here. Currently making some wreaths for my store. And I wanted to stop what I was doing to do a tutorial on how I put my rosettes together. A few of my subbies and a friend of mine on Facebook asked me to do one. And I'm currently using the Craftsmith Brush Glam paper pad to make the wreaths. And I also found a heavier chipboard, which I really love. It's from Recollections. I just saved the label. And they come in these really nice 12 by 12 sheets. And it's really nice and it's a real nice thick chipboard. You can find them in where they sell all the single sheets of decorative paper at Michael's. And I'm making them a little bit smaller than the last one. Like here's one I'm currently working on. And it's a little bit smaller than the one that I showed you in a previous video. That one worked out to be over 14 inches in diameter. This one's going to be a little bit smaller than a 12 by 12, just because it's easier for shipping. And I kind of like it so far. It's really cute, but I will definitely come back and show you the end result. But I'm currently going to show you these type of rosettes that I'm making. So I score my rosettes at 1/2 inch for the ones for the wreath, and I'm using a pretty thick, heavy cardstock. I also use, for my smaller rosettes, I use the Tim Holtz rosette die for these. These are pretty much scored at a quarter inch all the way through, but the die does it for you. I'm trying to see where I've stored my die. Here it is. As you can see, this die, oh, that's not the die, that's the plate. Sorry guys. This die has been through the ringer. But what's really nice is you get a small rosette from this side and a larger rosette from this side. So you can make, you know, 2 at a time. So I love making these with that, but I do a lot by hand when I'm making a larger one. This one, when I'm finished, measures approximately 2 3/4 inches in diameter and 1/2 inch high. Okay, so in order to create this one, I'm using 2 pieces of cardstock measured 12 inches by 1 1/4 inch. And what you're going to do is line it up on your scoreboard, and you're going to score it every 1/2 inch. And then I'll show you a cute little trick that I use to put them together so they turn out, you know, pretty even and nice. You can make these any size you want. I use 2 of the 12 by 1 1/4 to get the 2 3/4 across. I make bigger ones. The bigger you go, the more pieces you might have to add together, but you just have to sit and play and decide what size you'd really like. I've made smaller ones. Now I think these measure 2 inches across. Let me double check. Oh no, 2 1/4 inches across, okay, by 1/2 inch. So what I did was I cut them 1 inch wide by 12 to get the 2 inches, and I put 2 pieces together. This one is 1 1/4 by 12, and I'm going to score it at line it up and score it at every 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch, 1, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, and so on. And then sometimes they get wonky, like when you're folding them, but I'll show you a really neat trick that I just kind of adapted while I started doing these to make it easier on myself, and they go together pretty nicely. Okay, so you're going to score both of your pieces like that, and then you're just going to start accordion folding. but this is my pattern. So one of my patterns, when I start the accordion fold with the first flap going down. Just fold them up on the score lines, and then you're gonna see that's gonna look a little wonky when I'm done. Wonky, is that a word? I don't know. Okay, so you can see it's not really lined up. It's kind of going up towards that way. So what I do is I put 2 fingers on top and my thumb, my 2 thumbs on the bottom, okay? And I just kind of rock it while they're together, back and forth, until they line up exactly where I want them. Now you see that they're straight across. I just pinch them closed. I look on this side to make sure they're straight across. They're not going this way, or they don't look like they're going this way. Okay, they're straight. Just kind of rock them till they're straight, and then I pinch them closed. Okay, now this one I started with the flap going down, so this one I'm going to start with the flap going up. That way when I glue them together, they're already in a good position. I don't have to cut any pieces off. Okay, that one folded up pretty nice, but I'm still going to rock it a little bit just to make sure it's straight across, and then I pinch it. I look on this side for the same thing, and I pinch that. Okay, so now I have one piece started where it's up and this piece started where it's down, and that's where I'm going to attach them together. And I'm just using a little acid-free, quick dry Scotch glue. And you're going to line them up. And I always put my thumb on top and underneath to make sure that they're flush together and I don't have a piece that's like sticking up like this. Okay, just line them up real nice and then press it down. And I'll do the same thing on this side. Add a little adhesive. I'll add these 2 sections together, making sure my thumb's on top here and underneath here. I'll press them together here, and that way I know they're flush and nothing's going to be sticking out. Okay, and let that dry a little bit. I took some scraps of my craft cardstock and I just cut out a scallop circle. You could use a 1-inch circle punch, whatever you have available to you. Okay, I think those are pretty dry. And then all I'm going to do is flip it open, push it together, and then I'm going to hold it there. In the center, just going to add some hot glue. Pretty decent amount. Then I'm going to put my scallop circle on top and push down. When I do that, I want to make sure that I have this all pinched together towards the center. I'm going to wait a second till that's pretty well dry and pinch it together and just hold it again until it's completely dry. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's how I create my rosettes. And like I said, you can do any width you want. The smaller in length, the harder it is to use one sheet. But play with your different measurements and see how it works for you. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much for watching. Take care and enjoy your day.